Well, basically, this is a learning project for myself and my colleagues, because at the time I was in the middle of a research trip. Okay, I was on my sabbatical in London, and then all of a sudden, I face a lockdown. Okay, because the COVID-19 just migrated to Europe. And of course, the news about COVID-19 was everywhere, every day, and so everybody, very concerned. So I have a lot of communication with my colleagues, my students. We find that we are often quite overwhelmed by the changes of events, and then we also discover that we have a lot to learn from one another, because our friends, are everywhere. Okay, so I was in London. I got other collaborators in other parts of Europe, and of course in Asia. Okay, in China, Australia. So we think that I think it would be good. Basically, we have been sharing already. Okay, so I thinking about. Should we just put down our notes, okay, and we share our learning notes, okay, and then so after I come back from Hong Kong in April, then I come up with that, or maybe that note become a writing project, and so that we would not be only for our own learning, our small circle, but we can share with others as well. So that, I think that's the birth of the book project idea. Kind of start in April. We don't know when this will end, but we think that it would be good for us to just to have some interim output to share quickly. So we aim at having a book coming out within the same year. Actually, we have the first manuscript collected towards the end of the summer. By September, I think we have the manuscript ready. Well, the book is titled Facts and Analysis Canvassing COVID-19 Responses. So I think the two focuses, first of all, we focus on facts and analysis. Facts are important because there's so many things happening at the same time, and then they're so diverse, right? So we have an international team, as I mentioned, right? So each of us just report, okay, on what's happening. Where we are, and then and share, so that the book with a comparative angle that is listing a number of jurisdictions, succinctly document the major events. I think because we are an academic team, we obviously would like we use a basic scientific method, okay, to scrutinize what should be facts in quotation marks, okay, and when obviously sometimes things could be in doubt whether they are the full facts, partial fact, or are the fake facts, right? But I think we do our part as much as possible, and then we also write short descriptive accounts and analytical accounts based on the facts, based on the timeline. So in those analytical accounts, we do some first order analysis, okay, so that to help our readers to make sense of the facts that we outline in the timeline. So I think facts analysis is the very important selling point. We hope that will be helpful for the learning of all our readers. I think COVID-19, the pandemic, reminds us that a lot of old issues, classical issues, they haven't gone away, despite a lot of efforts, in the past, like issues of inequality, issues of class. Okay, that's still very endemic in many societies. And at the time of a pandemic, which is an example of a disaster or crisis, okay, so usually the weaker strata of the population, obviously those issues have been there, okay, without COVID-19, but with the crisis, it reminds us how deep these fractures are and how important they can be. And so I think it's an important reminder for us, for everyone, and especially the government, okay, that they should attach more urgency in really addressing these issues um, without further delay.